Welcome to a Churchill Cigars production. What we'll be covering here is the art of cutting a cigar. Quite an important aspect of cigar smoking. It's almost like the preparation to a baptism. It's quite ceremonious. So it's the difference between having a whole cigar or coming totally undone. So a couple of things to consider. Cigar has essentially four parts to it. We've got the filler inside, we've got the wrapper around it, and then the binder, which is the wrapper we get to see and smell on the outside. The fourth aspect to it, and crucial to the cutting aspect of a cigar, is the cap. Little cap, they cut a corner of a piece of tobacco, and with a little bit of gum, or liquid gum from a tree, they'll then stick it onto the cigar, and that cap pretty much holds the cigar together. So, we have a number of choices for tools. The two most common ones is your guillotine cutter, which can come in a butterfly shape like this, or a standard two-finger guillotine cutter. We've also got a hole punch. Not so common as well are the V-shaped cutters, which is similar to a butterfly cutter, but just doesn't have a round hole. It's more of a semicircle type hole. And then some people also use cigar scissors. My choice personally is a guillotine cutter, which is what I'll be using here today to demonstrate how to cut a cigar. Now, the important thing to look out for is very much the lining of where cigar meets cap, generally known as the shoulder. Perhaps a little known fact is the size of the hole you need to cut. Cutting it too big means the cigar will over smoke and could burn very quickly and create a very hot sensation in your mouth. Too small, and you get a build-up of chemicals that don't burn off as easily, and again you get a very bitter, sour cigar, and it becomes difficult to draw and smoke. So generally speaking, rule of thumb is you look for the shoulder of the cigar, and you want to come in just within the actual diameter of the circle of the cigar. So you don't want to make it as wide as the cigar, but you don't want to go too much in either. So if we take our cutter, we look for the shoulder and the bend, come in a little bit from there. And if I've got this right and don't have camera nerves, just do this over here. Bang. So we should have a reasonably neat hole. Probably could have gone a little bit larger than that, but that's fairly good. That'll have a decent draw. It won't have too much of a build-up of chemicals, and it should burn fairly smoothly without inhibiting any of the flavours. Now, one of the most famous cigar smokers would have been Winston Churchill. That man loved his cigars. Do you know how many he smoked in a day? I can't fathom it. But to find out the answer to that question, and to more great trivia, videos, audios and deals, go to churchillcigars.com.au.